Okay, today is May 20th of 2016. I'm bringing you the chart of the Sagittarius Full Moon that'll occur May 21st, 5:16 p.m. East Coast time here in the U.S. I always refer to the moons and the fire signs as the alchemist. Sagittarius is the last of the fire signs, so this is where you perform alchemy based on the knowledge you've gathered. So your ability to take something from one form and completely change it, alter it, and put it into another form is here. Full moons are a time of action. The earth is between the sun and the moon. Moon's your past. The sun's where you're trying to go. It's time to open to something new. Now, Sagittarius also is the sign of where we put together our understanding of our life as we see it and understand it, with the idea of making a movie from that perspective. So this is your chance to put things together in a way that you can put a movie together to explain that which you know. So I hope you're taking the time to learn, to go deeper into who you are and what you are as far as this full moon goes, and take action, because the full moon clearly gives us that opportunity to take action. So when the results begin to reveal themselves, you'll see whether you're going back to what you know, or on a repeated cycle of the moon, or you're going forward the sun in a new direction where the results may be different than maybe you could expect. Now I'm going to start with the grand trine first. In earth signs we have Pluto in Capricorn, Jupiter in Virgo, and Mercury, and still a little bit to a degree Venus in Taurus. So those are the three earth signs. Opportunity for you to, as you're performing alchemy, bring to the physical world something which you know. Now, grand trine gives us the opportunity to really move on what it is we want to do and create, and huge opportunities. Jupiter expands, Pluto brings death and rebirth, and then of course Mercury and Venus. Mercury bringing your ability to maybe communicate the message, or put forth an idea that you've been thinking of or know of, and you want to make something solid or concrete with it. And then of course Venus does get tossed in here because it's still in the sign of Taurus, for you to put something together that is attractive to others, so to speak. That's why we have all going on that we have in the world today. There is a lot of people trying to put together their story, their belief, their idea. This big trine is helping to maybe put together both the truth and lies, as all the earth signs have planets that are transiting. Now, because Jupiter's in and the eclipses are in Virgo, perfection of the idea, or the assembly of the idea, is trying to be had here. Jupiter performs its magic in bringing expansion. The eclipses change you or alter you to find the truth, or find what's going on to the core, because eclipses, north nodes in Virgo, south nodes in Pisces. We're trying to perfect that which we've worked on. A lot of the truth's coming out. There's also a lot of lies that are emerging, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Your deal is to figure out who it is you are and what it is you are. Now, we don't have all the answers when we're in Virgo, but we're trying to perfect what we know. We'll get all the answers after we test it through others. So a lot of BS is out there, and there's a lot of truth out there. If you stay within who you are and use the alchemy that's provided here with this full moon and these planets in fire signs, I think you'll like where this takes you. Now, there's some squares out there, and squares are karmic in nature. We got Jupiter square Saturn, Pluto square Uranus, Neptune and Saturn are also square, and then Neptune is also square this full moon, the sun and Mars. Now, because I'm going to do Jupiter Saturn first. Jupiter's expansion, Saturn is maybe restriction. They're square. One's an earth sign and the other is in a fire sign. Saturn in Sagittarius is us working on the alchemy, and us trying to figure out just who it is we are and what it is we can bring. Jupiter being in Virgo squaring this is trying to provide opportunities, but it's also showing you, I think, quicker where you're wrong or where you need to work. So you can also find the truth out. Squares are, because they're karmic, it's work that you need to do. It's necessary to figure out. Maybe you don't have all the answers, but through others and through the alchemy that you can perform, and through a deeper understanding of who you truly are, finding your own power is the key here to figure this square and do something with it. Uranus-Pluto square, been going on for a while. Pluto in Capricorn, destroying all the structures that are not in line with nature. Uranus is in the sign of Sagittarius to try to get us to get down that next pioneering road, that next avenue of what we believe and where it is we think we can go, even though we don't have all the answers. That's continually happening here. And this square is really the doozy that's forcing all what's going on now. That's why the chaos is everywhere, because there's a new road to go down. As you can see, they're trying to create this crazy world out there for you to go down, or you can go down the world that you know. Until you grab your own powers, I think you're at the mercy of what they want you to do. So it's really about self-empowering this Uranus square Pluto and getting back on track with your life and what you know, and try to keep or lessen what the world's trying to tell you what to do and how to do it. Saturn square Neptune, kind of the same inner workings here. Saturn is trying to get you to grab the philosophy, but Neptune's in its own sign of Pisces, so you're trying to put it all together. So as you're trying to figure it out, Neptune's saying, got to put it together, this square is happening. But the nice thing here is Neptune's bringing a lot of your past, a lot of your abilities. This is why I've been saying that it's a great opportunity for you to find who you really are, what you really know. Neptune and Pisces here squaring this this Saturn and Sagittarius, giving you the opportunity to have your past come back to you, the good and the bad, deal with it, and bring with you what you want to forward, and then perform the alchemy. So it could be in a person, in an idea, or you're totally feeling yourself change and metamorphose here. Know that this is, you're in line with what's happening. So a lot of releasing needs to go, because it's a chance to get off those cycles that Neptune and Pisces karmically have had you on, that you're ready to get off. So really work on that, and you'll like what happens. Neptune also square Sun, Moon, and Mars here. Again, it's just a continuation of that, but it's action to be taken. So don't be afraid to meditate, to start putting out into the world what it is you know. Neptune and Pisces like to deal in the non-physical, something coming up from beneath the surface, as well as something that is in line with the psychic or intuitive, or just the knowing without the credentials, so to speak. Know that you're tapping into who you are at the deepest core or deepest level, and start letting that out, because that's where we're most gifted. Neptune and Pisces are extremely gifted. It's a matter of putting it all together. Now, the oppositions that we're going to be facing, of course, Sun and Moon. Venus, Sun and Moon, of course, where we take action. I've already discussed that. Venus is with the Sun, so it's going to be opposite the Moon. So know that, again, something from your past is coming. And so just be ready. Anybody from your past that emerges now, something needs to be worked on or brought back into the awareness. Mars, opposite Moon, again, passion and then aggravation. Passion and aggravation. Think about that. Again, we're dealing with past, because that's what the Moon is. Venus, opposite Mars, male, female. So it could be an old fling. Could be somebody that you're trying to get rid of in your life that maybe you've been connected with and it's time to move on. And Neptune, opposite Jupiter. These two planets like to work together. One brings expansion, and the other is the truth at its finest form, but can also be extremely confused. So know that you'll be swinging from a perspective of, wow, I got this, everything's great, to wow, I'm really connected, and all everything's working fluidly, and it's all happening, to being totally confused and not sure what the hell's going on. All this is going on at the same time with that connection, but know that there's expansion here, and to not be locked in is perfectly going to be okay at times, but just know that you will be locked in at some point here. You just got to go with the flow. If you're not locked in, don't fight it. Get away from it. If you're locked in, jump on as hard as you can and get going, because I think you'll like what you can make of this, and like where you can go, where it can take you. Lastly, we have two conjunctions: Sun conjunct Venus, and Moon conjunct Mars. And so I think you'll like the action you'll take. Think you like where it takes you going forward, even though you may have never been there. Sun and Venus together, this can bring about abundance for you. Mars and the Moon together, again, some passion or something that maybe aggravated you from the past will arise. It's okay, work on it. I want to go back to finally before I get done here, going back to Saturn being in Sagittarius, and there's not a better opportunity for you to learn, put a deeper perspective into the philosophy that you have, and do the work that Saturn's asking you to do. Find where Sagittarius is in your chart. That'll be the area of life where you can most advance here, so to speak, if you know what house Sagittarius falls, and take Saturn and what it has to offer and do something with it. This is a huge opportunity in this moon. It's you being the alchemist and performing the task of changing things from one form to another. Get off those cycles that are no longer good for you. Get on the cycles that are calling you. You know what I'm talking about. Get after it. Never been a better time to be aware. I'm going to finish with this. This sun in Gemini, and that'll be coming the new moon in Gemini, and then the full moon here in Sagittarius are squaring the eclipses where they are in the sky today. So what's going on right now is going to get ramped up late August, September. We're going to have September 1st will be a new moon Virgo eclipse. September 16th will be a full moon Pisces eclipse. By then, the world will be totally different than what it is now. I'm not going to get into it because the alchemy you perform, I don't want to karmically be attached, but just know that what you see today and then what you see as you move forward from now till the end of August, September, is the world and how it works. It's going to be totally different. The truth is here. You're seeing it. It's going to slap you hard if you want to avoid it. Find your truth. Get after it. We need you. Take care.